You ever listen to one of those documentary podcasts and just get completely lost in it? It feels like every word, every single pause is perfectly placed. Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the exact blueprint that's used to create that kind of incredibly polished audio story. This one phrase right here, this is the North Star. Seriously, it's not just some vague idea, it's the specific emotional target that this entire production process is built to hit. Every single decision we're about to walk through is designed to make you, the listener, feel this exact thing. So, let's get into it. Think of this as the architectural plan for building these documentary-style audio experiences. We're going to deconstruct the whole framework, and you'll see how nothing, and I mean nothing, is left to chance. And this is the core philosophy behind the whole thing. It is all about absolute creative control. The goal is to carefully, meticulously craft the listener's journey from the very first second to the very last. It's all about making sure the story lands with the exact emotional punch it was designed to have. Okay, so how do they actually do it? Well, it all starts with the first and, honestly, the most critical part of the blueprint, the script. And this isn't just any script. It's basically unbreakable. This is where the control begins. Just look at the difference here. It couldn't be more clear. Over on the left, you've got the documentary approach this blueprint demands, a script that is written out and has to be followed word for word. No improvising. Then on the right, you have what most of us think of when we hear podcast, a couple of people just talking, a spontaneous, casual chat. These are two completely different universes. And here's the big idea behind that super strict script. It's called narrative control. It's this belief that by planning out every single element in advance, every word, every breath, every pause, you can guide the listener's experience with surgical precision. It's about making sure the story lands exactly the way you intended it to. So, if the script is totally locked in, what about the people who are actually reading it? Now we're going to turn to the hosts. And you'll see they aren't just talking, they are performing. And they're doing it inside some very specific emotional guardrails. Remember that North Star from the beginning? Here it is, broken down into its three key parts. The tone has to be warm, right? So it feels inviting, accessible, human. It also has to be reverent, to show this deep respect for the subject, which is how you build trust. And finally, it's journalistic, meaning it's grounded in facts and clarity. Each one of these is absolutely essential. And this is maybe the most crucial thing to understand about the host's job. They're not having a conversation, it's a performance. They're like actors. Their job isn't to inject their own personality, but to perfectly deliver the tone and the intent that's already been written right into the script for them. Okay, now we get to one of the most fascinating parts of this whole blueprint. This is how emotion and pacing are literally written into the script. It's done with these simple but really powerful commands. You could call it the producer's secret weapon. And it pretty much boils down to these two little stage directions, almost like notes you'd find in a piece of music: hold and peak. Let's break down what these actually tell the host to do. So, when a host sees hold in their script, it is a direct command to just stop, pause. It's a deliberate, meaningful silence, and it's designed to do one of two things: either create a little bit of tension, or, just as important, give you, the listener, a beat to really absorb a powerful idea. It's like weaponized silence. And on the flip side, you have peak. This is the signal for emphasis. It tells the host, okay, the words coming up next, these are the emotional climax of this section. This is the moment where they need to deliver the line with the most weight, the most impact, marking the story's absolute high points. So we've looked at all the individual rules, right? The rigid script, that controlled tone, the directed pauses. The final piece of the puzzle is understanding how all these things come together to create this one totally unified experience for the listener. When you take these three powerful elements, you have the script as the rock-solid foundation, the tone as the emotional guide, and then the pauses as the rhythmic director. When they all work together perfectly, that's when you get that seamless, polished, and impactful documentary experience that feels so effortless when you're just listening to it. And get this, that precision goes all the way down to the length of the episode. The target runtime isn't just a loose guideline. It's a very specific window, between 22 and 25 minutes. It just goes to show, every single second is planned for within this incredibly structured format. So what's the big takeaway from all of this? Well, it shows that sometimes the most amazing creativity doesn't come from having total freedom. It comes from working within a really strong intentional structure. And it kind of makes you wonder, right? In our own work, in our own lives, where could a strong blueprint like this actually unlock our creativity instead of holding it back?